Welcome to Bite-Sized Stories. Today, we meet Stacy. Stacy's eyes adjusted to the darkness as the arena went black, and the booming voice of the announcer came on overhead. Garbled and slightly staticky, he was making a valiant attempt to amp up the crowd for the performance of the next dance team, the all-state champions from Minnesota's Lakeview High. Drums began to beat over the speakers, an up-tempo number that built for a few measures before the lights flashed on, showing the squad of 12 girls, all in matching red and gold outfits, frozen dramatically in place. Heads down, arms out in front like zombies. The arena went dark again for a few beats, and then the lights flashed back on, this time together with smoke effects and the rhythm line, and the girls began to move in unison. The overall effect was pretty impressive, Stacy thought as she looked down from the top of the arena. She'd watched this routine 40 times by now and knew every moment of it by heart. Knew when Daphne was going to lose the beat and get behind. Knew when Kim would step forward a little too early. But she wasn't the coach anymore, so she no longer sat in the front row, and she no longer passed this information along. She had loved being a coach. She had loved being the boss, true, but she had also loved being a part of it. Having the girls look up to her, setting the routines, picking the music, helping them grow from frightened, awkward little freshmen to confident, swaggering seniors. Being on the dance team was guaranteed to make a girl popular and was guaranteed to look good on her college application. Many of her girls, Stacy recalled fondly, had gone on to become cheerleaders for major sports teams or universities. It's true that she might have become a bit harsh and exacting over her 10-year tenure. She knew that. But she frowned upon the teaching methods of the new coach, a weak, mousy woman who was just riding on Stacy's success. Wait till she gets a new class of girls, she thought from the top row. Then we'll see what we're really dealing with. The competition they were at today was the last event of the season, and Stacy had only been removed from her job a month prior, after the state championship win. After all the hard work had been done, she thought bitterly. And now she wouldn't be able to celebrate with her team when they took third place, which she knew they would. First place was out of reach. They would never beat Pomona. And they would likely fall a few points behind Clearbrook. But they would clear third with no problems at all. The next best contender was Mountain Vista, and they were nowhere near Lakeview's caliber. The firing had been abrupt, and, from Stacy's point of view, completely out of the blue. No one had given her a heads up that it was coming. Not even Evelyn, the 9th grade English teacher, who was a huge gossip and always in the know about everything. But it had happened anyway. The new principal had decided, and that was all there was to it. His niece had studied dance at some hippie school out west, had come home, and now needed a job. Stacy was out, and this chick was in. Because it wasn't fair, and as a coach, she believed strongly in fairness, she protested. Aggressively. Perhaps too aggressively in retrospect. But it was only because she was so passionate about her job, because her performance had been stellar, and because, well, she was a passionate lady. It's possible if she toned it down, she might have been able to sit in the front row today, supporting her girls. But they didn't really need her now, she knew. They had needed her all year, and she had been there. They were prepared, and they would perform at their best, with military precision and excitement in their hearts that spilled out into their performance. Too bad, she thought ruefully as she looked down at her new blue and white Mountain Vista hoodie. Too bad next year you won't have a chance of making it to the podium at all.